Hey, hopefully after a little false start, here I am. And welcome to this 5 years. Can you believe it? 5-year anniversary live show. Hey, Terry. Yeah, I can see Terry Tickler there. Ed Dana. Hey, Ed. And Sean. Hello, what's happening with the beard? And Jordan, let's hope this cheers me up. I've just obliterated my iPhone 7. Oh, no. Sorry to hear that, man. And I am here. Yes, indeed, I am. Hey there. How's it going, Thomas? Good to see you all. Really good to see you all. And I'm really delighted to be here with this live broadcast tonight because I don't know if you can believe it. I can hardly believe it, but it was 20th of March 2013 that I first set up this channel. And today is exactly half a decade. I just can't quite get my head around that. Everyone's in. Hey, Alex from Miami. Hi, Michael Emilson. Strat Hippie. Hello from North Carolina. Thomas Campbell. Howdy. How you doing? William Rock Heavy. Congrats on 5 years. Thanks very much, William. Lance Moss. Hey, man. Good to see you. And Guinness 780. Oh, we all like the Guinness. Hey, buddy. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. David O'Neill. Hi. Sean, Lucas Xavier, I have a question. What's your favourite DAW? Oh, my goodness. Right, let me tell you what we got coming up tonight because I've got quite a little bit of a programme for you. So I have built in a Q&A. We want to celebrate the 5 years today. I'm going to show you, hey, from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to show you a little bit of my trip to New Zealand. I don't know if you saw my recent video with that beautiful telly that Pete built, but I'm going to show you a few pictures from that. And I've also got a band has been in the studio that I think you might like to see. They're called the Four Killers, and they've done a video which I hope you're going to enjoy, a bit of a demonstration of the studio. It was a bit impromptu. They did it as a favour the last minute. In fact, I pretty much just about finished sorting it out before I came on air, which is why I was a little bit delayed. And yeah, we could also have some time for Q&A if that works out really well. First of all, I want to say a huge thank you to my buddy Stephen J. Atkins for this.
One man, one channel, one desire for truth about quality guitars. China Guitar Sceptic.
Haha. Yes, he done all the voiceover work on my new intro. I hope you like that little sting. It's a bit of fun. So there it is. You might see that a couple of times again tonight. Hello from Hereford, England. Hope the next 5 years are even better for you. Thank you. That's really kind. Hey, Adam, thanks very much for the congratulations. Tall Thin Kev, hey, man, how you doing? Was going to play tonight, but not too good. But hey, can watch this. Yeah, cool. Sorry you're not feeling too good, mate. I hope you're feeling better soon. And sorry you're not playing because, wow, we'd all like to be playing live tonight. Terry Starks in Dallas, Texas. Hey, Terry, how you doing? Thank you very much for the congratulations. That's really kind of you. Sean, you like it? Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, my buddy Stephen J. Atkins is someone that hangs out with me and Lance. Well, more often Lance than me because I don't get on there all the time. But on Lance Moss's hangout on a Wednesday evening. And he's just a really, really talented voiceover artist. And I did ask him if he'd do a couple of little intros for me. And yep, straight away in he was like Flynn. He did the Arnie one as well, which I love using. Oh, thank you, Jordan. Really glad you like that. That's really cool. Is the sound and everything okay? Is the picture all right? I've got a bit of a sharper picture profile on the webcam this time because I wasn't too happy about it. And hopefully I'm not over distorting the microphone. Sounding okay? Yeah, I hope so. Hey, not feeling too good for the last 20 years. Old, tall, thin Kev, that's not good, man. Carl Leach, hi, congrats, you got me started making guitars. Oh, bless you, man. Thank you very much for that. I'm really glad that you're doing that. It's great, and it is such a good pastime to have, and it's just an incredible thing to do. I'd love to see some of your work, if ever you can send me some pictures or something. But you're making them over there in Australia, hey? Nice. Unless you're talking about Oz as in the land, the merry old land of. Feels like yesterday that I watched your first unboxing and the Partacaster. Oh dear. Now I'm going to go red. The Partacaster. Good Lord. Okay, thanks, Jordan. That's great. Everything is A-OK. That's really good to know. Sound and picture's great. I'm never sure because this webcam's a bit of a doozy, to be fair. And yeah, I'm never quite sure if it's looking good or not. What else have we got? Sound and picture great. Looks great here. Thank you. That's cool. And Tall Things, Kev says it's cutting out. Audio straight video okay though, William Rock Heavy. The stream health says good, so that's really cool. So I will do a little bit of a Q&A later. And if you want to stick your comments in there, then I'll try and answer some questions if you want anything answered. I'm here to help tonight. But first, I thought you might like to see what's been going on in this studio of mine and this little band that I had come in called the Four Killers, who have recorded a thanks, Carl. Yeah, who have recorded a little piece for us to watch tonight. So I do hope you enjoy this.
One man, one channel, one desire for truth about quality guitars. China Guitar Sceptic.
Yeah, it's not only Chinese guitars that can get copied. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I rushed that today, hence the Killers t-shirt still on there. Hope you enjoyed that. What do we have while that was playing? Ed Dana asked, was piano your first instrument? Yes, it was. I started playing piano when I was 10, and I only started guitar about 4 or 5 years after that. So, yeah, it was my first instrument. What else have we got? I can't place where I've seen these guys. Love it. Hey, up, he's going mad with green screen, duplicating himself. Sounds nice. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the bass. I have to say, I really did rush that out, folks. That was not polished at all, but just a bit of fun, and it just show off the what the studio's capable of. And I'm hoping to get a few bands in here soon and get a few recordings done. They must be akin to each other quite a lot. It's quadruplets. Ed, did you really take that long to work out that they were all me, mate? I love it. Hey, JH, how you doing, my friend? Didn't know you had the three identical brothers. Yeah, exactly. We're all copies. We're all copies from China. I went from twins to quads. Yeah. Oh, it's just a bit of a laugh. So, sack the drummer. Wrong image for this band. I like it. That's wicked. It was just an excuse so that I could have a drink of water, but I'm sure you guys don't mind if I have a little drink of water. That wall behind you needs a nice Jimi Hendrix poster. Oh, man. Yeah, I have to say, this wall is, when we move the drum kit out, we create a cinema screen on that wall for the children. And that's what I meant about this studio being a multi-use, multi-purpose studio. We do have loads of stuff that goes on out here. So, going to ask who the guy playing your purple PRS was. Yeah, bless you. That's really kind of you, Sean. I'm not sure that I can play the drums. I have to say, I have been blasting away at that kit for ages and ages. I was away, and I'll show you some pictures from my holiday with my buddy Pete a little bit later. But I was away for 3 weeks. We did 3 days and 2 nights in Singapore as a layover, and then we were in New Zealand for 2 weeks, which is where I recorded the video of Pete's amazing Telecaster guitar. And then we spent 2 nights, 3 days in LA on the way back. So I have been all the way around the world. So I only got the kit about 2.5 weeks before we went on this big round the world trip. And I was playing the heck out of it, literally every spare minute I could get. And I've done the same since I've been back. I'm just addicted to the drums. But I hadn't played them before that. But hopefully, yeah, getting there. And got a little bit of rhythm there somewhere, I hope. Thank you. Oh, Hectica 42 Productions. Happy 5th anniversary on YouTube. Thanks very much indeed, Hectica. Bring me to Britain and I'll paint a mural of the best dead rock stars on that wall. Oh, man. Now, that would be awesome. It'll have to go on that wall, but I would love that. Hey, come on over, man. You'd be most welcome. Yes, Carl, Pete is doing really, really well, considering the fact that this time, a year and a half ago, 18 months ago, I was really, really worried about him. And, well, of course, we were all really worried about him. But he made a miraculous recovery. He's a fighter, and I knew he would never give up. And with our love and support, he pulled through. And he was stage 4. Now, that can sound really, really scary, but that just means that the cancer had metastasized and started to spread around different places, but thankfully nowhere that was dangerous that couldn't be sorted out. So he's had an all clear now, and I'm saying 18 months ago, it was probably more like 2 years or more. But yeah, he's really well, thank you, and we had an absolutely amazing time. It's been, I can't believe he's been over there for 15 years, 3 times as long as I've been on YouTube, which just doesn't seem at all possible. And every time we were going to go over and see him, yes, thank you, Jordan. Really appreciate that. And we're all absolutely delighted that you kicked cancer's butt. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, every time we were going to go over and see them, we ended up having another little one. So we ended up not going. But hey, we made it eventually. And it was great fun to see the 3 guitars he's built. He's a really, really talented guy. And I think that those guitars, whoever goes and plays that number 3 the first time is definitely going to buy it. As I think I put in the comments in one of the replies to the comments in the video, I really wanted to make an offer, but I didn't want to embarrass myself or embarrass Pete, because I would have loved that guitar, but it really is probably a bit rich for my blood, having just spent what we spent going over to see him. And really, it needs to go to a player, a real player, not a hack like me. It needs to go to somebody that's going to use it, perhaps in the studio or to play live, because that really is a keeper, that guitar. The action was amazing. You probably remember, if you've watched the video, you can hear the sustain. It was just out of this world. Totally, totally incredible. And actually, I'm missing playing it because I sat up probably 4 or 5 nights while I was over there, just jamming away and noodling on that guitar. And yeah, there were a few riffs that I put in the demonstration that I wrote while I was sitting up noodling on it. So, shall we have a quick look at some of my photos from New Zealand, just because I've got it here and I've teed it up, and I'd quite like to share, as we're all talking about Pete, the great time that we had. And I'll try and tell you a little bit about it as you look at the film here. So we did an awful lot of travelling, only in the North Island. We unfortunately never got to the South Island of New Zealand because of the time constraints, but everywhere we went in the North Island, it's the end of their summer, and it was just so beautiful. I can't begin to explain, but hopefully some of these pictures are doing it justice. That was great fun. We went to Rotorua and went on the amphibious vehicles, the duck tours, and the guy that took that tour was hilarious. We spent an absolute age just crying with laughter. And the weirdest thing is, we sat on the bus with about 5 or 6 other people, and the 2 people sat in front of us I've known for years, for 20 years. Their son has worked with me previously, and they turned around in the middle of the tour and said, "Where are you from?" And we said the UK and whereabouts, and we said, and they're from our hometown, and then they said our names, and it was just absolutely mind-blowingly weird, but had a really great time. All these pictures are from White Island, which is an active volcano, and that was a real pleasure to go and have a look at that. I also got to go on Pete's train there, and you missed the PRS. I went and saw several music stores, but I'm going to do you separate videos about the music stores because there was some great experiences over there. But what an absolutely beautiful place. I really, really enjoyed New Zealand, and I think I would love to go back as soon as I can afford it. But have any of you been to New Zealand? Are you in New Zealand watching? I don't know. There's a few of you watching now. So yeah, we had a real good time. It was super awesome. Thank you, Jamal, for the congratulations. Yeah, Jordan, it is absolutely gorgeous. Do get out there. If you get a chance to go to New Zealand, it's well worth the trip. Pics are passing too fast, can hardly take them in. It seems to be stuttering the stream. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I hope that's still working out all okay. But yeah, there was just the places that we went on several hikes and cycle rides, because that's quite a thing out there. It's quite a an outdoorsy type country, and so we did a lot of that stuff. Yeah, we had such a good time. Thank you, Riff. Yes, nicely done. 5 years already. I know, I can't quite get my head around it. It just amazes me how fast half a decade goes. And I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. And the thing I'm enjoying most is the lovely support that I get from you guys. It's always such a pleasure just to chat to you on these live hangouts, and also on live videos. And I always get so many more great comments on my channel than I get the negative ones. What do we say here? One of the people I know best is from New Zealand. He plays guitar in my band. 5-piece. Actually, my bass player's a Kiwi. 5-piece Pink Floyd tribute named Right Floyd. Can you guess where we're from? Yes, probably. I'm taking it's the Isle of Wight. Is that right? Not White Island, surely. Clarence. Hey, Clay, how you doing? How's it going down there in the lair, my friend? It's been a long time. I've tried to catch up with you a couple of times and have a hangout with you, but it just hasn't worked out to hook up at the same time. But we must do that soon. I hope you're really well, my friend. Next time visit Sydney, we can have a pint or two. I'll take you up on that. I really fancy going to see Australia. We missed so much of New Zealand because we were only there for 2 weeks, and it's impossible to see. It's bigger than the UK, the 2 islands combined, and it's impossible to see everything. So, yeah, I will be back. I'll be going back down, and I will come over and do Sydney as well. Love to go to New Zealand. Got to see In the Blues in Melbourne. Wow, cool. He's brilliant. Yes, cool. I thought it was the Isle of Wight. Like it. Beautiful place. South Island reminds me of the UK. Yeah, a lot of people said that. As I say, we didn't unfortunately make it. Yes, The Lord of the Rings was filmed there, and we were going to go to the Lord of the Rings film set. Another thing that we didn't quite get there. Congrats, nice tie-dye lighting. Yeah, I've got 3 LED strips on the floor. I think they're called sunlight strips or whatever, but they're colour mixing. I haven't got them DMX'd out. I've just put them on a standard colour. Just thought it was a bit less boring than a white back wall. So give us a drum solo. Oh man, now you're asking. Yeah, I've got actually. I don't know if it'll work. I could try it. I could try it. If I get 2 more comments saying play the drums, I'll play the drums. Carl Leach said it was beautiful place. Yeah, I will try and get to the South Island. Definitely try and get to the South Island. We really wish we got there. We managed to go to Wellington, the capital, and it was amazing. In fact, I nearly got to meet the lady Prime Minister down there because she was unveiling one of her likewise puppets in a place called the Backbencher, the pub just opposite the Parliament. Oh gosh. Yeah, okay, all right, okay. Oh man, all right, I will play you some drums, okay. You should come to the USA. I'm in Tennessee. We go see Gibson Factory in Nashville. Nashville is next on my list. I can't wait to come out there, my friend. And Adam, I'll come out and visit that soon. I really want to come out to Nashville. I'd like to see all of the, oh goodness. Okay, all right, okay. I'll give you a little play on the drums because I was, as you can probably tell from the beads of sweat that's still left, I was jamming out on them earlier today. And in fact, I thought I'd got all the live stream sorted out, but I had the wrong live key. So I literally played right up to the minute I came live, and then it didn't work to begin with. Ever been to Yorkshire, beautiful countryside? No, I haven't. The closest, actually, tell a lie, I have been to Yorkshire. I've been to a place called Church Stretton, which was just on the border with Wales, with South Wales. I think that's in Yorkshire, but correct me if I'm wrong, Sean. But again, beautiful place. I went horse riding out on the moors between Church Stretton and Wales, and it was absolutely lovely. I'll give you a little demo of these drums. I think they should be set up into here, and there are some loops that you can play that the TD50 does. So I apologise in advance, but this is CGS live drumming for you. Have I been practicing my rudiments? You tell me. No, I haven't. I've just been working out some patterns and fills and stuff, and I'm just enjoying it, Blaine. And it's good to see you, by the way, my friend. I'll give it a crack. I apologise in advance for my terrible playing. So given that was completely live, hopefully you could hear that. Did it come through okay? No idea if that came through. I suspect we've probably lost about 600 viewers from that. Play the drums. Where have you been practicing? Okay, nobody heard that. Maybe, I don't know. Was it terrible? Oh, Church Stretton is in Shropshire. Yes, sorry, I do remember that. Cool, 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 cool. I'm glad you could hear it. Well, there you go. I did as I was asked. Good or otherwise, I was well off it. Have you put the mesh heads through yet? I do hit them. I really do hit them. Oh, crikey. Yeah, of course, the mic was still live. There's not a lot I can do about that, I'm afraid, because the mic and auxiliary are both coming through the R16. So, yeah, there's not a great deal I can do about that. This mic is open, and if I turn the mic off, you won't hear the drums. Thanks, Sean Lucas. That's really kind. Yeah, it wasn't too shabby, but certainly not as slick as I have been. But then, hey, you put me on the spot. I had to go. So you can't knock it for that. And I'm just loving playing them. I am just absolutely loving every minute of having this kit in the studio. And I think a lot of guitar players. How many of you are frustrated drummers? Some of you are probably great drummers, but I think most guitar players would really like to play the drums, and I'm no exception. Absolutely love playing the drums. So yeah, it's good to get out here and take 20 minutes or so most days. I'll come out and I'll play a few songs. I couldn't put on any of the covers. I had to use one of the repeating beats, and it's got a little glitch in it as well, which puts you off a bit. And because I've got things like Living on a Prayer, Back in Black, Van Halen's Jump, all those that I play along to. But of course, if I put that up here on the stream, immediately it's going to get a copyright strike, knowing my luck. Because let's face it, I haven't had a lot of luck with YouTube lately. So there we go. What do we got? Ed, I have a drum set, but no place to set them up. Right? Oh, that sucks, man. And the thing is, actually, it's a shame that you could hear all of the ambient sound of this because the kit actually sounds really, really great. But you probably heard that on the track. It sounded all right on there, didn't it? And again, because I was rushing it, I was nowhere near it on that. But there we go. William says, oh no, what did we say? We got Riff says, I bought a new Fender Strat Elite recently. It's been great. It's been a great love affair since. Excellent. It's great when you get new gear, isn't it? Because you get that whole new gear syndrome. You want to pick it up all the time and play it. And it's really good for you as well. You know, we do this as a great hobby, and anything that inspires us to pick up an instrument has got to be a good thing. Some people call it gear acquisition syndrome, but I just call it inspiration, hey? I love messing about on my drum kit. My ex-girlfriend was a drummer, so I would always have a go around the kit when I was around. Oh, cool. Yeah, actually, I used to work with a female drummer myself, a girl called Dawn. She was amazing, really good drummer. You love playing drums? Excellent. Jordan, wish you had a kit. Yeah, one, you know, if you can, or just slap around on some pots and pans. It doesn't matter. Just enjoy it. Okay, Michael, you started on the drums. Excellent. Well, there you go. I can see why you enjoyed them so much. Sean says, I'm more of a producer. How I do play the guitar and bass, set up the drums to the player, and then just let them do their magic. Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair, that's what I'm looking forward to most out in this studio, when I get great drummers and great artists here to come and do some recording. I've got a couple of people interested already, but again, it's a little project. It's a bit of fun. It's a home studio, so and it's a multi-use thing. So if I get some people out here, that would be great. Matthew said, I had my kit stolen, never had enough to simply buy a new. I had my kit stolen. Oh, sorry to hear that, Matthew. Never had enough to simply buy a new one, vintage one. I like what I had. That's the problem, isn't it? When you lose an instrument. Actually, I'll tell you what. I was reading an article about a guitar that was stolen, and then I forget, it was a charity guitar, and it was signed by goodness knows how many artists. and it got stolen. It turned up about 18 years later. So that was a good news story. I've got a couple of news stories that we can chat about. I don't want to go on too late tonight. I'm happy to do a few Q&As, and I'll show you these news stories, but I don't want to be here all evening. I think it's best to keep these things short and sweet. Call it Deb, yeah. Hey, Beer and Guitars, how you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, pots and pans all the way. Yeah, why not? Absolutely, all triggers. By the way, who's your favourite drummer if you have one? Now, this is going to be probably controversial, but I love Cozy Powell. I don't think he's an influence on my playing, but I think he was an incredible drummer, and probably Ginger Baker as well. I think that they're two absolute classic drummers. Obviously, Tommy Aldridge is an incredible player. Carmen Appice, amazing. There's so many. Stuart Copeland, goodness me. I probably have got more favourite drummers than I have favourite guitarists. But yeah, I would say probably Cozy Powell, just because, I don't know, he just seemed to fit in the groove so well with everything he did. Animal from the Muppet Show. Hey, Ed, I hope the tambourine lessons go well, my friend. Favourite guitar type? Well, there's no secret. I'm a huge PRS fan. I've got a little bit of news, actually, that I was hoping would be here in time for today. Oh, Neil Peart from Rush, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Amazing, incredible drummer. Although I'm not sure I can ever quite forgive him for retiring and pretty much retiring the rest of the band with him. But yeah, he's amazing. Absolutely incredible. A very technical player. The thing with Cozy is I felt that he was really warm as well as technical, and you could really get into the groove, and then he had some really interesting fills and stuff. But yeah, Neil Peart's a very technical player. Is that neat, Gin? I do wish it was. So favourite guitar type is PRS, without a shadow of a doubt. Do I like the Harley Benton cab as good as a Marshall? Well, funny enough, that should speak volumes in itself. That cab, I haven't actually brought my Marshall 4x12 out to the studio yet, because that one with the vintage Celestian cream backs in it is just an awesome sounding cab. That 212, that Harley Benton vintage 212, is the best single buy and value for money I've ever bought. I got it from Thomann in Germany, and it cost less than buying the two individual speakers. Absolutely amazing. I wish this was neat, Gin. I'm running out of water now. But I did have a drink earlier to celebrate the 5 years, but just a very small JD. Neil Peart is a beast, yes, for sure. Cozy is awesome, especially with the Jeff Beck group. Yes, absolutely. Check out the Beat Club sessions. I'll have a look at that. Thank you very much for the idea. Filthy Phil Taylor, favourite drummer? Yeah, who can knock anybody that was in an iconic band like Motorhead? And you know what? Funny enough, you ask about my thoughts about Gibson going bankrupt, and that was one of the little articles I found to just have a little chat about, which came out actually today. And this was on Bloomberg, which is, I think, this guy that's now chief executive of Gibson, Henry, I can't say that surname, Henry J we'll call him, but he really seems to have messed it up, doesn't he? He's said in this article somewhere that he wanted it to be like Nike and to be, where is it? Music Lifestyle, yeah. Bought pieces of consumer electronics companies to relaunch Gibson brands, musical lifestyle company. It didn't work out just as planned. Yeah, I have to say, it seems to be going bad for them. And if they do owe 560 million, I mean, I know they charge a lot for their guitars, and they're quite a good liquid company, but I can't see them surviving much longer at the rate they're going. It's a real worry, isn't it? What do you think? What do you think? Are they going out of business? I don't know. Neil has arthritis. Oh, thanks for that, Ed. I didn't realise that. So we can forgive him for retiring. I didn't read that. Interesting that Neil Peart started taking drumming lessons in the 90s. Wow. I thought he was quite well established by then, but maybe he just went back. It's never too late for us to learn, and we can learn from novices as much as we can learn from masters, folks. Phil Taylor reinvented drumming. Yeah, fair enough. Ferriora, hey, how you doing? Just finished my practice for the evening. That moment when you figured out you're playing Morse code on guitar. Love it. Excellent. Good to see you, my friend. Cozy was great. There's a lot of great drummers. My special drummer is Mick Taylor from The Sweet. Wow. Yeah, he did have a very, very distinctive sound, didn't he? A great band, The Sweet. Very, very underrated. Carl Palmer, yeah, very nice. Hey from Brazil, nice to see you. Black Corvo, don't drink water, drink coffee. Coffee time. Thanks, Lance. Mickey D is your favourite, Willem. Yeah, beer and guitars. Creamback's my favourite speakers. Best, yeah, I totally agree with you. The speakers in that Harley Benton cab are just amazing. Thank you, Terry. It's good to see you, Terry. What's Terry's GG&G? That came up in my feed, and I've not been watching your videos because I didn't recognise it, and I am subscribed. Wow, you've changed your name. I was thinking about doing that for this 5th year, but I figured, hey, I've been here long enough. 5 years with the same name. Doesn't matter, does it? Keith Moon was amazing. Yeah, he was a great player. And actually, I don't think that the Who were ever the same live ever again. And a huge loss to the music industry. I mean, Henry Wright, because he acts like yeah, absolutely. He is. He's holding that very, very strange looking Firebird X. The only thing I like about it is the X, the 5 on the 5th fret, and most people hate that. But I don't know. It's why is it that everybody sticks to the same tried and tested guitar shapes? We don't do the same with cars or anything else. Oh, good call, Baby Dan. Roger Taylor, Queen, another great drummer. I resisted the urge to say Ringo Starr because I loved the Paul McCartney quote. I don't know if any of you have heard this before, but Paul McCartney was being interviewed once, and the interviewer, I think it was somebody from the States, said to Paul McCartney, "Do you think Ringo's the best drummer in the world?" And Paul McCartney turned back instantly and said, "He's not even the best drummer in the Beatles." But I think that was a bit tongue-in-cheek. Although I did hear that McCartney particularly played drums on quite a few of their tracks. But who knows? Who knows if it's Paul McCartney? Anyway, no controversy and conspiracy theories here tonight. Yeah, but good call, Baby Dan. And it's lovely to see you. Thanks for coming on. Lance, I'm trying to take the Memphis factory tour before they sell it. Yeah, hopefully. I think you should apply for the Marshall job. What? Marshall job? Yeah, great. I'll work for anybody. Problem with GIBSON's too much money, not enough guitar. Totally. As much as you all know, I'm absolutely fiercely against the Chinese fakes and copies. The biggest problem that GIBSON have got, and the reason they're being copied, is because their quality controllers, well, it's not the reason they're being copied, it's because the legacy and everybody wants a GIBSON, but the reason it's actually having an impact on them is because they haven't kept a control over their quality always. There's been loads of people whinging about it, and yeah, I don't want to knock them. I don't play GIBSONs. However, I have got a guitar coming to review, which I was hoping to unbox tonight, but it hasn't got here yet. So there will be a video out really soon, folks, with a new guitar unboxing. And what's more, for my 5th anniversary, I bought it to review, to set up, and then to give away to one of my subscribers. So to celebrate 5 years. So that is on its way. And I'm sorry that it wasn't here in time to do tonight, but there we go. What do we got here? I'm not sure what you're talking about with the Marshall job, Alan C., but tell me. Thanks, Blaine. Yep, it's been great. Any plans for your channel now that you're staying away from GIBSONs? Yeah, simply to look for affordable gear and to carry on giving you some demonstrations at the studio. I want to do more setups. I am going to finish that part caster. I'm letting the filler really go hard this time, because one of the big mistakes I made last time was to sand that back and to spray over it, and it sunk a little bit. So I'm just letting that go off. I'm not making excuses. I will get round to it. So yeah, doing a few more builds maybe. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Pete does, and he's inspired me to maybe build from scratch as well. And I had some really good ideas while I was out there about a specific style of guitar and what I could do. So yeah, I'll also be led by you guys. You tell me, and girls of course, you let me know what you think, and I'll try and do whatever I can. What do we got? GIBSON would like to do a chapter 13 debt restructure, get new management. Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to be that simple, but we'll see. JH should try Celestian Gold, and GIBSON is not going anywhere. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Sion Jones, yeah, same. Think it's over for GIBSON. Yeah, do you know, the thing is, for as many people that like GIBSONs, there's as many that don't, and it's the same for Fender, for PRS, for Rickenbacker. You know, we've all got our fanboys and we've all got our haters, but I think they're in a bit of trouble. GIBSON are definitely in a bit of trouble. 116 years. But they definitely need to get rid of King Henry, that's for sure. He doesn't seem to be doing the right thing for them. I do drink Guinness, and I had a Guinness, Mr. Dana, on Saturday to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and I've so nearly did a live stream, but I knew this one was coming up, so I didn't. I hope someone takes over. My dream is a Gibson Explorer, but God knows how rare those are these days. I was going to purchase an Epiphone Gothic Black Explorer. Oh, very nice if you like rock out guitars. Morse code, I just figured out what the code is YYZ, which fittingly... Don't know where you're going with that, sorry. I'm being a bit thick, obviously. I love how we're watching a live video from a guitar skeptic when we're all talking about drummers. That's great, yeah. We have the dumbest... No, you don't, Ed. I love LDDS. That's a great name for a band. Don't change it. Keep with it. It's absolutely fantastic. And yes, congratulations to Ringo from the Beatles. He got knighted today. Sir Ringo! My favourite drumming monster at the moment is Alec Bent, currently playing Trivium. Never said he's the best of all time, but damn, he can play. Cool. Some Russian or something that I don't understand. I'm sorry. No idea what you're saying there, but I'm sure it's friendly. So, hey, welcome, Den. GIBSON was fine. It's left-handed. I bought GIBSON last year, 6 months of promises being messed about. They decided they couldn't make my guitar and gave me the money back. Oh, my goodness. Should have gone to China. No. Yeah, I'm glad you're only joking. She's still being stubborn. Yeah, name her what you like. She'll always be Phoenix to me. Phoenix? Okay, that's good. Do a Telecaster custom build. That would be cool. Yeah, I will try to do that. I certainly will be looking to build a guitar from scratch. But I'm going to finish that parts caster as well. I do promise. I keep promising, and I will finish that. Or a gem build, yeah, maybe. I wouldn't mind having a go at one of the kits first, actually, just to get my hand in. And it's quite a good way. I've built guitars from necks, built the body myself. I've built bits and pieces, but I want to do something from scratch myself. Build a 9-string fan fret. Yeah, that's probably a bit rich for me. I'm not sure that I'm not up to building 9-string and fan fret on the first guitar out. But I know that was a joke. Being a part of your 5 years, what's the latest news on Milton Guitars? Well, the latest news on Milton Guitars is there is no news, because I went to India and I got very little response there, and certainly nothing that gave me confidence to get a prototype built out there. And I've heard absolutely diddly squat from Korea. I think there's just so many brands out there at the moment, and to actually get a new brand up and established and get manufacturer to take the risk on a small run is proving really difficult. The Chinese will do it, but they just won't do it well enough. So yeah, I've gone up against the dead end at the moment. I'm seriously thinking that Milton Guitars might end up being Milton building them or getting them built. And somebody gave me the idea of doing it in the UK, and I know it's going to be costly, but I think maybe it might be time to look around and consider my options. But I certainly won't be going back to China. Jordan, are you nuts? Not sure what that is. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see the 9-string fan fret. Just bought last week an Epiphone Les Paul custom, plays as well as a few Gibsons I played. But that's not surprising at all. A lot of Epiphones. It's a little bit like the made in Japan Fender Squier Strats from the 80s. There was some incredible instruments coming out of Japan. Really, really good stuff. And you still find them out and about occasionally, very rarely. And they're worth jumping on. But they go for top dollar just because they were great built. So it doesn't surprise me that Epiphones, yeah. The guy that I gave Greenie Moore to actually bought an Epiphone Les Paul as a result as well. And he loves it. And still plays both. So, yeah. Rickenbacker basses are heavenly, but I have personally never seen one in a shop. Never seen much of Rickenbacker in a shop. They are quite expensive, aren't they? Hey, good morning from Australia. What a great 5 years. Thank you so much, RFC Pilot Oz. Really nice to be speaking to you. I'm sorry I didn't make it over there during my travels, but yeah, it's really good to see you. Thank you. Oh, YYZ, the song by Rush, of course, sorry. YYZ or whatever it is. This message is held for review. Ed's asking, oh, you're asking for subs, Ed. I've subbed you. I've subbed you. I've subbed you. Everybody, if you can, go and help Ed out. He's a nice guy, and he needs a few more subs just to get himself remonetized. And I watch all your music videos and stuff. I particularly like the other one the other day that Dunk re-streamed or rebroadcast. And I'm wishing you both really well, guys. I know you've been up against it and you've had a bit of fallout from certain other things that have been happening in the guitar community recently that you almost certainly didn't deserve. So I hope things are sorting themselves out for you. All the best. Chat delay. Phoenix, is that I call the Partacaster? Oh, you... Okay, of course, yes, because I dropped it so many times, it rose from the ashes. I'm so sorry for... I can never say your name. Forior. Oh, no. Okay, sorry. Is this your first live stream? What happened to the snakebite? No, is it? Heck, it's not my first live stream. This is about my 4th or 5th. I've done a few. I certainly unboxed the snakebite as a live broadcast. I did one on St. Patrick's Day, and I did a Q&A. So there's 4 I can think of off the top of my head, Blaine. And I hope you're enjoying it. I hope that it's... we've been going 49 minutes, and I haven't stopped talking yet. But hopefully you're enjoying it. And if you are, I'll do more. If you're not, keep quiet and go elsewhere. No, I'm joking. What's happening with your Indonesian project? I think the manufacturers there have... Yeah, I haven't followed up on Indonesia yet because after I had bad luck with getting any response in India, that was going to be my next port of call. But due to various circumstances and things that I'd seen online, I thought that I'd give Korea a try because... they're building some really nice guitars, especially World Musical Instruments. I can think of a brand that's gone there, but I don't want to copy, obviously. But yeah, no, I've still got the Indonesian route, and in fact, I think I did make a couple of inquiries there, but they didn't come to anything yet. But good to know that they've got good quality. A friend of mine found Fender Telly body at a car boot and built it up, repainted it. It's beautiful. The one humbucker and a single sounds really bright and classic. Nice, yeah. See, you can make amazing things just from parts, and it's a great thing to do. It keeps you on your toes, and you learn a lot about setting up guitars as well. That's how I learned. I just Heath Robinson, chucking things together. What's this? Or beat Jared Dine's 18-string build by Ormsby. Yeah, not going to happen. Do a limited run of kit-built guitars. Pitbull kits seem to have a good rep, and even allowed to custom the hardware and wood options. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, yeah, possibly. And Terry says it's pointless as Harley Benton just stepped up their game with the new Fusion Pros coming in June, July. Yeah, absolutely. What can you say about Harleys? Other than the fact that they are great value coming out of China. And if ever I needed a reason to say why bother with the Milton budget range, it was because the only reason I was ever building those was to put my money where my mouth was and give an alternative to the fakes, because I didn't want to encourage people to buy the fakes. But yeah, Harley Benton are the alternative to those fakes, definitely. And also somebody's asked me to try out vintage guitars as well. So there's another very, very cheap, reasonably priced brand that are looking at doing fairly decent quality instruments. And, you know, I don't think you need to pay a fortune to get a great instrument. Although I have to say, my PRS SE 24 blonde neck is, for the money, it's just outstanding. And then I go and play Pete's telly and I'm thinking, oh man, yeah, there's a big difference. Really, really classy guitar that he's built there. Subvision, I have a Gibson Les Paul Classic Custom that I bought back in 2012. What do you think about them? No idea. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a huge Les Paul fan. I haven't played all that many. So, yeah, I can't really comment. I'm sorry. I'll just be honest with you. Iona Jackson, made in Japan, Rhodes. Oh, yeah. Found it used for $269. Nothing left the shop that quick. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, absolutely. 9 more. Not sure what that's about, Ed, but sorry if I'm being a bit thick there. I'm trying to catch up with the comments and answer as well. Pitbull Guitars in Australia do good kits and well priced. If you scratch build your own, let me know. I'll hook you up with parts. Euroa guitars. Oh, thanks, Carl. That's really kind, mate. Yeah, brilliant. I may well go down the line of kits first, but definitely want to build one myself from right the way up. And you've got a vid in the can. Good. Looking forward to seeing that, Ed. How did you get the animation in your channel icon? Which animation in my channel icon? I'm not sure where you mean, my friend. Not sure what you're talking about with the animation, Ed. Can't see any animation there. You mean my little man? He's not actually animated. He's a app on my phone that I just output from and changed a few bits on. If that's the thing you mean, up there in the oh, there we go. Him, is that what you mean? RFC Pilot recently acquired an Epiphone Swingster. It stands as good as my Gretsch 6120. Now that's raising the standards. Oh, right, cool. Excellent. Nice guitar. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. And wow, yeah, as good as a Gretsch. And that's going to be quite a bit more dollar, isn't it? Raising the standards. Live is highly diggable. Thanks, Blaine. Well, I shall do some more. How did you get your English accent? Well, how did you get your American one? I was born here, my friend, as you know. I want to grab the lowest price Harley FF8 and rip the hardware off and transplant it into a BV. Oh, cool. Go for it. That'd be good to see. Make sure you put a video up. It's great to share these things. Sean Lucas says, vintage guitars are simply amazing. The White Flying V model plays, in my opinion, very similar and sounds great like a Gibson. Oh, sorry, Ed. Okay, the flames in my channel icon on YouTube. Yes, I realise now what you're saying. That, I believe, only shows flames on certain pages and at certain times. It's simply an animated GIF. So behind the logo, I put an animated GIF. I created it in Photoshop. I had the various different elements, if you like, the frames of the animated GIF that I left behind that single logo, and I've used it ever since. And the saddest thing is I can't find the little devil now. I don't know where I put the original. So yeah, that's how I managed that, Ed. And if you mean the one on my intro, that's all done on Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, and it's pretty easy stuff. There's hundreds of tutorials. I'm not an expert on IT by any stretch, but I watch YouTube tutorials. In fact, I very rarely watch any normal TV anymore. I watch mainly YouTube, and a lot of stuff to learn how to do better videos for you guys, and hopefully it pays off a little bit. It's like this live broadcast I'm doing on a piece of software called OBS, which is Open Broadcast Studio, and it's great. You know, just pick these things up, watch the videos, learn how to do it. It's all good fun, and anyone can do it. And Ed, you can definitely do it, my friend. You're a smart guy. What have we said here? Any thoughts on Hagstrom guitars? Most of them are manufactured in China, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't played one, but be interested to look at those and do a review on one. Yeah, for sure. Trying to decide between a 5-watt Bagheera tube head with FX loop or a Katana 50-watt combo for the same price. I have a cab and lots of pedals. It's a no-brainer then, isn't it? Having said that, I would always go for a tube head if you can, and you can play it at volume. Although having said that, my interest has been piqued by the Axe effects, and who knows, I may well get one of those. Let's wait and see. What have we got here? You've got a, I don't know why that's been held for you. Yeah, I don't see any reason why that comment's been hidden. If you want a great channel for starting putting kits together, check out Guns and Guitars. Great guy, funny, made some beautiful instruments for decent cheap. I've got a feeling I did an intro for him, but it was a long time ago. Crimson Guitars do a kit to order, might be worth a look at. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be quite rich again, quite expensive. But Ben Crow over at Crimson, I watch his videos occasionally. He does some great stuff, and he's certainly one I would go to get some luthier tips, among others. Photoshop, you love that logo. Good. Well, Ed, if you want me to do you one, I'm quite happy to do you one. You know I'm quite happy to help people out if I can and when I can. As soon as I get time, let me know what you want on it, and maybe I'll make you one. Hectica 42 Productions. I'm making a guitar from scratch at the moment. Strap body I've carved from birch. Nice. A solid mahogany neck. Very nice. 24 frets. Lovely. But with a Strat, tremolo and telly pickups. Not sure about the colours yet. Interesting. Yeah, that's, why not? Absolutely. The thing is, you build what you want to play, and you use what you build. And if you like it and you love it, doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, but I like the sound of that. It's pretty much everything other than the mahogany neck. I do like a maple fretboard, but I love the telly. It's just a great shape. Crimson kit is extremely expensive. I'm not sure exactly what you can customize on it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I may well buy a kit from China, but we'll see. So what are your plans for the next 5 years? Well, I'll start with staying around and being fit and well and healthy and keeping on making videos for you. I'll always be led by you guys, Willem, and my content really has just reflected comments in the comments of my videos and things that people have asked me to do, and I've just tried to, you know, do what people want, and hopefully I'm still doing it. I'm not looking to grow a channel hugely. I'm not, my ego doesn't need that, but I just enjoy doing it, and all the time people are watching and enjoying it, I'm going to carry on doing the best I can. So you tell me what you want to see over the next 5 years. I've definitely got a few more ideas for guitars that I want to review. I do at some stage, and I'm going to make a prediction, in the next 5 years I am going to have a PRS, US PRS. Whether I can afford a private stock or not is another thing, but I'm definitely going to get a proper US made PRS at some stage. And that's a goal. So I'm going to predict that I'll have one of those in the next 5 years. But everything else is very much down to you guys. I'll do what you want me to do as much as I can. Do you think Gibson would have survived had they started using better hardware? By the way, I got flames too. Liking it, Jay. Flames are good. I don't think the Gibson issue is necessarily with their hardware. I think it's probably more with their attitude and resting on their laurels and treating customers like they don't matter. Whatever business you're in and whatever you do, people are key, both inside your business and outside of your business. So if you don't treat your employees well and you don't treat your customers with respect and give them what they ask for and what the demand requires, then you're always going to be in trouble. And I think Gibson have rested on their laurels and done whatever the heck they felt like doing for a long time. And I think the horse is definitely bolted, but let's keep our fingers crossed because they are a legacy brand and I'd hate to see them go down even though they're not my chosen brand of guitar. I bear them, you know, nothing but goodwill, so I hope things sort themselves out and I hope they get rid of the clown that's in charge if he is the reason that it's all getting messed up, and hope they move on and get some new models. This is what we want. We need something new to the market. I love Pete's number 2 guitar shape. It's a really nice design, and you just don't see new designs, do you? So there we go. I love my Black Star HT 5 watts. So glad I picked it up. Good, excellent. Well, there you go. There's a recommendation. Creambacks or vintage 30s, which do you prefer? I thought that cab came with vintage 30s. You're absolutely right, Blaine. My mistake. They do come with V30s. They're not creambacks, are they? Whatever Harley Benton are putting in those cabs are my choice of speaker. Oh, Ed's got to go. Heck, I have to run, but happy 5th anniversary, mate. See you soon. Good live one today. Thanks, my friend. You take care. I'm not going to be long myself, if that's okay, folks, because I've been doing an hour, and that's gone so fast. And we have kind of done a Q&A. I feel like I ought to run the Q&A intro, and we'll carry on with Q&A for a bit. Yes, so back to Q&A. What do we got here? I have a Bagheera Vintage 22. It's been a real underdog surprise. Quality amps for the money. Wow, Bagheera, nice amps. I've played a few at the rehearsal place, which has just shut down, which is really a real shame. Jordan, do you still own the snakebite you unboxed for us? If so, how's it doing? Bear with me. There it is, my friend. I am still in ownership of it, but it's got same strings on it that I unboxed it with, and it's not really a guitar. Not really a guitar that I play. What can I say? If anybody wants it, let me know in the comments on this video, and maybe we'll give that one away instead. Hey, let's see. I think you're going to like the one I've got coming there. Snakebite. Yay. Blaine says YouTube is evil. Well, I can't disagree with that at the moment. I've had some real issues with them. But hey, they've given me my stream back. I've got good standing again. I don't know if they're going to reinstate the video. I'm still toing and froing with their copyright or whatever it is department. But hey, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to knock them. Hopefully they'll come right like they did with the Gibson lawyer issue. I love pointy shapes myself. V's more than anything since I played classical position. Never learned classical, just the most comfortable. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm classic rock type stuff. I don't play all that much metal, and it's kind of a metal guitar, isn't it? Silver Sky, not played one. Don't know if that's a guitar. I'm assuming it is. I really want a Flying V. Broke at the moment, so I can't afford a new guitar. Bummer. I want an Explorer shaped guitar as well. If you like pointy guitars, BC Rich is your best. Very nice BC Riches. Mick Thompson's Jackson models look good, yeah. Waghorn guitars, yeah, that's one I'll look at. Kit from China, no, order one direct and completely wrong. Wrong routing, wrong fretboard material when I complain. Sorry, we're too busy. Yeah, I've been there. I just love your attitude about your channel. It seems you do it for fun and for your love of guitars, music and gear and the pure fun of it. I think it's great. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, it's absolutely the reason I do it. To be fair, why else would anybody do it? It's just nice to know that people are interested, and I'm quite happy to make content and chat to people and help people out where I can. I do enjoy it. It's good fun. And I guess that's why I've been around for 5 years. And I really thought I was not going to be for a bit there when YouTube started messing about. But yeah, all the time I can, I'm here to do what I can for people. Hey mate, just wanted to say a massive thank you for all your honest and transparent reviews over the years. This is John Eggington, by the way. Please keep up the good work regardless of the haters and crap YouTube policies. Hey man, I will, and thank you so much. Really, really does mean a great deal to me that people are so kind. You know, Michael's comment, yours is lovely. Thanks so much, guys. That's why I do it. Really, really enjoy it, and I will keep going with it. Sean Lucas says, CGS favourite DAW. Well, I've used Cubase. I've got at the moment. I've got Cubase Lite, which came with the R16. I've used Cakewalk in the past. I've used, now what was the one that Peter had? Pro Tools, I think it is. Pro Tools. I'm happy with Cubase. It does most of what I want it to do. The plugins work. It's pretty good. To be fair, the DAW isn't as important as understanding how any of them work. They will all do the job. They'll all record at 48 kilohertz, 24-bit sampling, and above and beyond that, I don't think there's many people that can tell the difference in quality. So it's really much more important learning the techniques of how to mic things up, how to record things well, how to mix well and use your ears, and most importantly, which a lot of people never say, is resting your ears. Always rest your ears when you're mixing and recording. But certainly I use just Cubase Lite or Cubasis or whatever it is. At the moment, it does me fine. I can use all the plugins. Awesome. Came free, and I've got a load of free plugins for it, and done all my recordings on it that you've heard on this channel anyway. So yeah, I'll go with Cubase, although Pete has encouraged me to go with Pro Tools. He loves it. And what was the other one that somebody suggested I look at? Oh, I can't remember. You'll probably tell me in the comments. Sorry, I'm really trying to get through these comments as quickly as I can. I've always wanted an Explorer. Oh, sorry, people saying I love it, need it. Yeah, okay, here it is. Let me just take this. You got that? Yeah. Okay. All right, you keep that. If only that were that easy, folks. But yeah, maybe we'll give that one away. Hey, I'm running out of space for guitars, so certainly the guitars I reviewed from here on in, I'm going to need to give a few away and run a few competitions because I've got plenty of space, but I'm running out. I've always wanted an Explorer, but never got around to buying one. They're hefty price. Yeah, well, there's alternatives. There's lots of companies making Explorers. I mean, the ESP and the LTD, although I think they're not much more cheaper than, if they are cheaper than the Gibson. But hey, what am I seeing here? Not a BC fan. I'm 100% Jackson. I love my Jackson Soloist. It's a dinky Soloist, and I've had it for probably nigh on 20 years now, and it's a lovely guitar. It's the red one. I think I've played it on the channel. If not, I will do soon. Am I the only guy that likes the newer Gibson Flying V? I've seen it. To me, I think that's the one that looks a bit Roswell, doesn't it? Or Rhodesy. I'm not sure it's for me. Or at least I think it's got a shorter angle jut, or whatever you want to call it, horn on the bottom, hasn't it? I think that's the one you're talking about. Yeah, Jackson's beautiful guitars, yeah. What happened to your band's album? Things sounded well on their way. We did some recording. I've had some. We've had a real nightmare with the band. This band, in the current incarnation, has been with the bass player and myself for 3 years now, and we've had 4 drummers and 3 singers. And I've just had this big long break, obviously, to travel around the world. And in the meantime, our singers managed to get into a very heavily touring Foreigner and Journey tribute act. And so we're just waiting to see whether he's got any time to fit us in. So looks like we might be back to square one. Hey, never mind. But I'm going to start recording a bit more now that I've got the studio properly set up with the drum kit. So expect some stuff out from me, and I'll keep you informed about how things are going. And hopefully you'll enjoy my stuff. And in fact, the bass player wants to come over and record as well, which will be great fun. He's a lovely guy and a good player. Before you go, have you ever played an SG, and do you like SGs? Angus Young's one of my favourite guitars. Yeah, I unboxed. That was my Harley Benton Cherry, was their SG. I haven't played a Gibson SG, and I'd be quite interested to. Yeah, and Angus Young, well, who doesn't love Angus Young? The guy is just an absolute legend. Nice. Well, I say nice and simple, and it sounds simple, but it's not. He's an amazing player, and he makes it sound very simple. And some of his riffs and rhythms are really inspired, and his lead work's great as well. Star Trek guitarists like them both, though. XD, okay. It'd be sad if you let go of the snake bite. I'd be up for taking it off your hands. I'm sure you would. I'd be surprised how well it was when you received it. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at maybe giving that away. Rule 1 for recording: distract the bass player. Glenn Frickager. Yeah, that's Spectre Sound Studios, isn't it? That guy makes me laugh. I have to say, I can't always watch his videos because, like some of the channels that I'm subscribed to, I watch with the kids around, and there's quite a bit of interesting, colourful language, which is why I don't use it on this channel. And so I do like it, but I tend to listen to him on headphones late at night and have a good laugh. He is very funny most of the time. Don't always agree with him, but he seems to do a good job on recording. But he's very much a metalhead, isn't he? And he's got some skills there and some good advice. But not sure distracting the bass player is the best bit of advice, although I know he's got a thing against bass players, which is hilarious. Jordan, I'm also up for taking it off your hands. I'm sure, yeah. Listen, if it goes, I'll do it fairly, and I'll do it as a competition or something. Although we didn't have a lot of luck with the last one, did we? With I've forgotten his name, but that cheating little devil. Hey mate, love your videos. Don't always agree with you, but overall enjoy watching. Keep up the good work. Well, that's cool, man. Thank you for that, Family Kroll. Don't expect you to. Most people will disagree with each other from time to time. The key thing is we keep it polite, and we keep it happy, and we keep it friendly, and we'll agree to disagree on the things we don't agree on. I'm just glad you enjoy watching. So thank you for your support, and thanks for watching, my friend. Greetings from Holland. Oh, well, same person. Thank you. And greetings back from the UK. Hope it's a better weather over there in Holland than it is here. It's quite cold at the moment. I did a little drone flight earlier on this evening as well. See, I was playing drums, I was doing a drone flight, I was finishing the recording. No wonder it didn't start on time. And it was freezing, and the lens sort of misted over on the drone. Do you know anything about soundproofing an amp, a small one in a small flat? Is there some sort of box I can put it in so only I can hear it pretty much? Yes. Now, one of the things that I intend to do still, and I will do a build for this, a project build, is an ISO cab, which is short for an isolation cabinet. And basically you build a cabinet within a cabinet and suspend that internal cabinet on as much damping material as you can. And then you just drill into it, turn a corner, drill again, and try and put some glands in to prevent any spill of sound. And then you basically feed one lead in to the speaker and another one for a microphone, and then you can put it in this cabinet, close the lid, and you can jack it up, and it really cuts the sound out. And I'm seriously, because this is a silent studio, I'm looking to build an ISO cab. So watch this space. It may be one that we do fairly soon. So that's a Starfire mail. Watch this space. I'll try and help you with that. Jordan Williams guitar collection video. I've shown you most of them, but yeah, it's a case of getting them out. And if you look back over the videos, Jordan, I've shown a lot of them. Epi Explorers are pretty good. It's maybe an odd question for you. How do you enjoy the small orange heads? I've seen a few of your videos on it. Never used one. I love them. Absolutely love them. Now, I went full circle. When I first started playing guitar back in the dim distant past, I was very much, I had my Marshall 2210 100 watt twin head, and I used to just plug straight into that, straight into the guitar. Then I went through a phase about 5 years in, and I bought an Art SGX 2000, and I played through that into the Marshall. And then I went full circle. I ended up a couple of years back when I first started, nearly 5 years, when I first started the channel. And I was just playing direct into sound desks through the Boss GT100 and using the amp modeling. But now I've come full circle, and I love just plugging a lead into the guitar, straight into a valve amp, and getting the tones just by rolling off and backing off the volume to get a nice clean tone, and then whack it up for a crunch and a screaming tone. And the ABY splitter that I did a video on, I think about 4 or 5 videos ago, is an incredible bit of kit. And I can switch between the 2 different orange heads. The only drawback with the Tiny Terror is it doesn't have an effects loop. The Dark Terror does, but the only thing really that I would ever put on is really reverb now. And generally I put that in post when I'm recording, but live it may be something that I need to do. But yeah, definitely worth a look. Definitely worth a look. Earphones, yeah. I think he was looking for something that he could record with and play and get those amp tones from, Roland. But I like the comedy. Looks like Star Trek logo. Yes, it is the one I was thinking, Blaine. Yeah, it is that sort of rounded katana. It reminds me of the Fender katana, but rounded. Is that a good analogy? Do you remember the Fender katana? They were sort of like an odd-shaped V or a non-symmetric V. Yeah, I think it's good that Gibson are trying new stuff, but I think probably what they want to concentrate on at the moment is looking after their employees and looking after their customers. Hey, JJ, hi in California. Congrats on your 5 years, Axel. Thank you very much. Indeed, love the content. Really delighted, and it's very kind of you. Thanks, Axel. Shelley Music, really appreciate that. Thank you, and I'll keep making it all the time. People do enjoy it. It's time for a battle. I think that's over this guitar, but there we go. The new Gibson V is completely Roswell Rhodes. Yeah, I thought it looked like it. I did, yeah. Roswell Rhodes, that's the one. CGS, remember that sofa from your old videos? It's still quite weird seeing you in a lovely studio, not that little old room. Now, the funniest thing is, I've got some very dear friends who desperately needed an extra bed and a spare room bed, and also wanted to use the room for something else. So I donated that sofa to friends of mine. And when I was moving it, I didn't realise how flipping heavy it was. Because when we moved in originally, the removals guys took it up into that bedroom that I used to do my videos from in the old house. And I nearly broke my back getting that thing down the stairs and into the trailer. But they've still got it, and I still sit on it from time to time. So maybe we'll make a little revisit video at some time of the sofa, that awful flowery sofa. Although I think they put a throw on it, rightly so. Yeah, but I do remember the sofa, loved it. I like those videos with the Carlsbro. Yeah, that Carlsbro's just over there. And I'm going to get the Marshall out here at some stage as well. I'm just looking to get some roll-along racking or shelving that I can put the amps in and maybe put some backlight on. But it all needs to be on wheels, because everything in here, including this desk, and eventually the drum kit, when I get round to making a wheeled riser, is going to be on wheels so that we can use this space for loads and loads of different stuff. Floral sofa was a kickback. It was an eyesore. Tell me it hurt. Did. Weather is cold in Holland too. Sorry about that, man. But at least it's not raining here. That's one thing. And it's not snowing anymore because we had the beast from the east. Congrats on the anniversary. This is JT. Been with you since a few months in. Your advice was consummate and helped me out very much. Thanks for being a good guy. Thanks, JT. That's really sweet of you. Really appreciate that, mate. And again, I'm very fortunate to have great subscribers and great people that come and watch me and support me. And yeah, as I say, not too many of the naysayers and haters. But hey, you know, I try to do the right thing. So hopefully that pays off. The BS Detective, hey mate, long time no chat. Yeah, it has been ages. How you doing, my friend? We must catch up. That's really good to see you, and lovely of you to come online. I've got a tickly throat now, folks. We're coming up to an hour and 20, and I'm going to have to draw it to a close pretty soon. I'm going to take a couple more because I'm nearly at the bottom of the comments. Have you ever had any experience with Bulgara cabinets? No, but I think it's worth trying them out. Anything you're going to buy, go and try it in the music store, Lance. And thanks again for modding tonight. I see you doing that in the background, and I really do appreciate that, mate. And if I can, I'll try and get on with you tomorrow night, if I can. Fingers crossed. You want to buy one 1x12 for your Micro Terror? Yeah, hey, I haven't tried the Micro Terror, but it looks really good. And the videos I've seen, it sounds quite decent as well, considering it's a tiny little solid state amp, isn't it? I think, or has it got one valve in it? I'm not sure. You'll tell me. We'll have a chat about that tomorrow. Cool, my eyes are getting tired. Off to bed, ready for my usual 6 a.m. start. Yeah, me too. And actually, I've just realised it's nearly 9:30 now. I'm going to scoot through this. Studio looks great. Would you have done anything different if you had to do it again? Not at the moment. No, I love it. It's exactly what I designed. It moves around. We've had no end of parties out here. In fact, we had one Saturday night with a few Guinness celebrating St. Patrick's Day, and we had some people doing some singing and recording out here. I played the drums and guitar, and we had a few musos over. It's just working out great. You know, it's the best thing I've ever done. I love it out here, and I'm like doing the videos for you out here as well, so which is wicked. So no, I wouldn't do anything different, Alan, but thanks for that. What we to wait a bit longer. Don't the ISO cabs need some kind of porting or way to let the speaker breathe, the roundels, etc.? Don't. Yes and no. At the end of the day, it's quite complicated. You've got to work out the general wavelengths that your guitar is going to be putting out, and if you're using it for bass, then you need to make it a different size and a different shape. But basically, as long as you don't get the reflection of the speaker, if you put nice sound deadening stuff inside, there's enough air to move to get a response from the microphone plane. So I have seen them without any porting or any way of them breathing other than the air inside them moving. But I'll take some advice on that if you've got some good advice. But definitely want to build one, because then you can jack up the sound a little bit more and push the amp to a bit more breakup. Give us a tune before you go. That tribute to Gary Moore was cool. Oh, bless you. The thing, I had the guitar set up earlier a little bit like Steve from Boston. And the problem was that this mic, a little bit like it did with the drum kit earlier, was picking up so much of the ambient sound that the guitar sounded awful. So I jacked that idea in. But I'll try and work it out for the next live one so that I can play as well as talk, because yeah, I'm bored of my voice after an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm going to start wrapping things up. Okay, give us a tune before we go. I'll set my job, no problem. It's been a good live stream. Thank you, Sean. Brilliant. Yeah, thank you for this stream. Happy 5th year anniversary. Glad I've been there for 3 of them. I've been glad to have you, Jordan, and really appreciate your support, mate. Blaine, thank you, my friend. It has been fun. Cheers, dude. Tiny Terror has a valve preamp, if I recall. Oh, that's the Micro Terror you're talking about. Tiny Terror has all valve. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, my friend. By the way, happy anniversary. It's been great 5 years. See you soon, Michael. Thank you. Maybe even 4 years. I think it was nearing the end of my exam, so it must be almost 4. Well, Jordan, it's great to have you here, man, and you're always welcome. And I really hope that you'll continue to watch, and I'll keep making it all the time. Willem, thank you for the live stream. CGS, keep doing what you do for the next 5 years. It's very entertaining. Enjoy it very much. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate that. And BS Detective, okay, I'll wrap up that PRS and send it to you right now. And Kyo was 12. Thanks for the stream. It's an absolute pleasure, guys and girls. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you always for your lovely support. And the last 5 years has been a real pleasure. And I hope that I can carry on doing it for at least another 5, maybe longer. All the time you're supporting and watching, yeah, I will keep on making. And one last thing before I go, what was your favourite blooper? Well, I really enjoyed my little boy's laugh when I fell off the drum stool on that most recent TD50 video. I think that's probably my favourite blooper so far. So, on that note, I'm not going to make another blooper. I'm going to say a good night to you all and fare thee well. Until next time, friends, take good care.